This is the Fox Scout 4K charger camera power strip tower. Let's take it out of the box. In the box you get the user manual. Here is the unit itself, of course. They give you a microSD card reader. That side is USB-A, and right there is a little slot you can put a microSD card into in order to read it. And that is how you're going to get the footage that this records onto the computer. And they also give you a little, I call it a guitar pick kind of thing. It's just to help you open the bottom panel up, which is where you will put the microSD card in. Let me tell you a little bit about the unit first, and then of course we're going to test it out. Like I said before, this is a 4K camera. It has a 160-degree wide-angle lens. It does have night vision in it, so we'll be sure to test that out. And you can connect it, or use it, I should say, 3 different ways. You can use it standalone with just a microSD card. You can use it locally, which means within your house, nearby the unit. You can tune into it and see what the camera's seeing. And the third way is remote setup, which means you could be out at the grocery store and see what your kids are getting up to. This does have motion recording, where on motion it'll start recording, or it can be set to loop recording, where it'll just record, 5 or 10 minute clips at a time, and then record another one, and record another one until the card is filled up, and then it'll start overwriting the oldest ones. It's a power strip tower, so it's got outlets. 6 of them. You can see them going around there. It appears there's a circuit breaker on the back, power button up there, and it does have a right angle plug. It's shipped this way with the cord wrapped around it, and that is a nice right angle plug like that. And you also get 4 USB ports. I'll undo the cord a little bit later. 2 USB-C and 2 USB-A. Total output 3.1 amps on the USB ports. And the micro SD card that you can use is up to 128 gigabytes. On the bottom of the unit is a panel here. Again, you can use the little guitar pick thing like that to get it out, but I find that my fingernail works just fine. And there you go right there. There is a slot for a micro SD card. This uses the CAMDUCK app on your device, so we'll get that and see how to set it up. Okay, in the app we'll hit start. It does see the camera there. I'm going to ignore that and hit the plus sign here, because now you could select remote or close range. I'm going to be doing the close range in here. If you do the remote, the only difference is you're going to put in your router's SSID and password, and that will allow you access to it. And by the way, that requires a 2.4 gigahertz network. Doesn't work on 5, it's 2.4. But like I said, we're going to do the close range. We'll hit that, and it says loading. Takes a few seconds. And we'll hit OK on that, and it wants us to make sure the blue light flashes. So let me reset that, which is just a matter of unplugging it and replugging it. So we'll hit the first one right there, and now it's giving us a Wi-Fi name we're going to look for in the list, and on the next screen it's going to give us the password, and you enter that in along with the password, and it will connect up to the camera directly.
Please connect to the camera Wi-Fi, then return to the app.
And there it is in the list.
Please connect to the camera Wi-Fi, then return to the app.
And there I am. It's simple like that. There you go. As far as the app goes, you can take a look. You can set an alarm message for when it sees motion. You can take a picture. You can record a video. Hit the album to see what you've recorded and stuff like that. SD file, let you see what's on the SD card, micro SD card you put in. And max, I'm not going to hit now, but it'll make it full screen on your device. One other thing I wanted to point out, for whatever reason, when this was originally set up, this setting was messed with. This is for the infrared light, and the picture came up in black and white, as you see right there. After figuring that out, I hit it to, well, you could manually deactivate it, and then it won't work in the dark, or you can hit automatically, and then it worked exactly as it should, as it brightens up right there. There I am, and everything is all set. So now what I'm going to do is shut the room lights out, and it should switch to black and white, and turn the infrared on. And there we go. Just like that. Now it's black and white, but infrared, and you can see in the dark. Because without that, if I change that and turn it off, I'm gone. I'm still here, but I'm gone. You can just barely make me out that way. We'll set it back to automatic, and yes, indeed, it realized and did that. And when I turn the lights back on, it should go back to color. And indeed it did. That's all there is to it. Very nice and simple and easy. And now you can see the screen on the phone turned landscape, and you can see the big picture there. Of course, you could always zoom in and out, you know, as you would expect, just like that. And that really is all there is to it. But let me show you the charging aspect and all that. Before we get to that, here is some footage that was captured using the Fox Scout 4K charger camera power strip tower. I had placed a microSD card into the unit before I got started with this. This is footage you've already seen, but instead of seeing it through the phone and a screen recording, here's what it actually recorded onto the microSD card. There you go. As far as the app goes, you can take a look. You can set an alarm message for when it sees motion. You can take a picture. You can record a video. Hit the album to see what you've recorded and stuff like that. SD file, let you see what's on the SD card, micro SD card you put in. And max, I'm not going to hit now, but it'll make it full screen. Here is a small 120 volt light bulb. And indeed, you can plug that in over there and it will light up. Here's the cool thing. Power switch on the top. Hard to see with the room lights and that. It is actually lighted. It's just a very, very dull, kind of bluish white color. But you can turn that off and you see the camera stays live. So whether you have the power strip on or off, it's still going to work. Now we're going to see about the USB right now, if that is on or off with it. So we're going to take the phone and plug it in right there and plug this in. Other way. Yes, so the USB is live at all times, and this power button is just for the outlets that are on it. And like I said, there's 6 of them, 2, 4, 6, and a little circuit breaker on the back of it right there. How much current can you plug into that? Great to know. Great to know. It's not stipulated. Okay? That's all I can tell you on that one. It has no listing of that whatsoever anywhere as far as how much current carrying capacity it can do. I would imagine it's at least 8 amps, if not 10, but I really wouldn't exceed that. Of course, if you do, the circuit breaker is there in case of an overload, and it will take care of that for you right there. The other thing is, as we've been seeing, all we're really seeing in the picture here is how fat I've gotten. This needs to be high up. So putting it on the floor isn't going to really work. If you're far away from it and it's on the floor, then it will work. You can see my hand out in the background. Let's try that again here. That hand there. So that gets up to there. So the farther away you are, the better it's going to work as far as that goes. But for close range stuff, it's going to have to be higher up. If, again, it's on the floor across the room, it should probably do just fine there. So setup wasn't too bad. I do like the fact that you can plug stuff into it. Again, most of these I've seen are going to be doing 10 amps most of the time. Sometimes only 8, and sometimes even more. But again, it simply wasn't stipulated as far as that goes. So once again, this was the Fox Scout 4K charger camera power strip tower. If you'd like to purchase this item, I'll leave a link in the video description where you can find the item available for sale on Amazon. Thanks for watching. Make sure you click like, make sure you click subscribe, and take care. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.